How's it going, guys? It's Poetry Said, and welcome to Hearts of Iron 4. The day is finally here. I've been waiting for this game for so long. Only recently have I got really hyped for it because I've been watching some gameplay, and it looks so good, and it's finally here. It's the day of release. I waited, I woke up early so I could, be there for the release, and then I instantly downloaded it, and I haven't played at all. It's 30 minutes after release. I played 19 days as Hungry just so that I could actually be able to figure out the interface, because I knew I don't want to go into it completely blind, but we're pretty much going to be playing this blind from the start, and that's going to be a challenge. And yeah, so it's if you don't know, Hearts of Iron 4 is a grand strategy slash war game from Paradox Interactive. They do all the games that I love. They make such great strategy games, and I assume that this one will be the same. And we're going to go and find out what we can find out about it. So, I did a vote on Discord and Twitter, and you can find links below for both of those things if you want to follow me on there and join my Discord. I did a vote, straw poll, and people want me to play as France, and that is fine. I was actually thinking France. So, we're going to play as France. We're going to start at the 1936 start date. You can read this. Gathering storm, dark times are coming. It kind of just describes what's going on. Okay, so here we go. We have all these countries to select, and we are going to select France today, and each one has so much unique stuff about it, and I can't wait to play more. I'm going to be streaming tonight also. This video should be going live maybe like 6 p.m. I'm not sure exactly when. Part of the reason it's going to be going up after release is just because I don't have any early access or something. I wish I had, but not that important yet. Okay, so we're going to be France. We have Daladier as our leader. I don't speak French. I apologize. I speak Spanish decently, so that's where I kind of know a little bit about pronunciation, but I know French and Spanish are different. So, what do we have for our national spirit? This is just kind of like your starting bonuses or whatever. We are a democratic nation, which means we can't declare war on countries with the same ideology group without a war goal. We can guarantee other ideologies, so we can guarantee anyone, basically. We lower world tension with guarantees. We can't puppet a country, and we cannot justify war goals against a country that has not generated world tension. I don't really understand that. But yeah, so we have these limits for what we can do that are based on the world tension level, and we'll talk about that. That's basically kind of like neutrality and stuff in Hearts of Iron 3, which I played. To preface this, I played like 50-ish hours of Hearts of Iron 3, and I felt that I was decent at it for that amount of time, and I kind of understood all the basics in my eyes, at least, and I was able to conquer stuff fairly easily. I conquered France, Italy, and stuff like that. So I have a decent amount of experience, but I have not played this game at all. So keep that in mind. I might not be. I'm gonna make subpar plays. So we are victors of the Great War, which means we have less population. We also have a lot slower land doctrine research time, which means, yeah, it's almost double. That's awful, because land doctrine I know is very important. Disjointed government, daily political power cost, wow, and national unity down, wow. If you don't know, national unity basically means how easily you are going to surrender. That sucks. Protected by the Maginot Line. We have less planning speed, but we have more max planning speed. That's very interesting. Despite the devastation of the Great War, France has been on the road to recovery thanks to a strong economy. However, the Depression has still affected the country, and the new German regime has no interest in paying the war reparations stipulated by the Treaty of Versailles. When the treaty was signed, a French marshal famously remarked that it was not peace, but an armistice of 20 years. Those 20 years are now rapidly running out. That's so cool. I really like that. This is the quote that they had at the bottom of the screen when you started Hearts of Iron 3. When you went to the single player screen. That's so great. That's a callback to Hearts of Iron 3, and I love it. That's great. Okay, so we're gonna play as France. Yes, democratic, blah blah blah. This stuff we're all gonna look at. All right. So I have set my settings down because my computer. I'm running this on a laptop, so I apologize if the graphics aren't up to your expectations, but it's actually pretty good once you get in there. Once we get in the game, you'll see. It looks bad right now, and it might be a little laggy at times, but that's okay. So I actually was thinking about this, and we're going to be a little bit ballsy, and we're going to play on veteran. I think that's going to be just fine. Essentially, I don't think there's that much different. The only thing that are different is we get a little bit more research time, so everything's a little bit slower. We get a little bit less political power, which is pretty important, and we get less production efficiency cap. But I've seen this game, and I'm like, you know, with my experience, I could probably do fine. And if we die, no big deal. I guess we'll play Ironman. Just to, yeah, just you know, we'll play Ironman, and we'll do. I think we will do historical AI focuses, just because I kind of want to have our first game be historical. So we actually have quite a bit of communists, and that's something that's interesting that we could look at. Let's go ahead and start, and this is going to be our first game on screen. Ironman France 1, save and play, yes. So there's my Hunger game. Like I said, I got 19 days into it, so you haven't missed anything. I like that. The bell tolls. Sorry if it's a little loud. I'm going to try to keep it a little louder than I normally do, just because of the fact that I want it to sound good. So here's the map. Like I said, it may be a little bit laggy. Let me go check to make sure it's still capturing. It looks like it's capturing fine, but it might be a little laggy, and that's just going to have to be something that we're going to have to deal with. I will be working on that. I'm working on like upgrading my my driver, maybe getting a better computer in general. We'll see. Either way, so here we are as France. We are you know what? I think my game volume is a little loud, so let me change that real quick. Maybe my music volume is a little too loud. I don't know. I don't want it to I don't want it to be overpowering. I'll lower it for you guys, maybe. I will adjust this as we go. Either way. So, what do we have going on here? Well, and also, the time it might be laggy the most is probably when I'm going to be around this level, looking at all the armies. But that's okay. Most of the time it's going to be spent up here or farther down where it shouldn't be as bad. And that's fine. We'll pause it when we make major movements and stuff. So, we have all this stuff. And this is the only thing I've done is really look at these icons and look at all of the tabs. This is our national unity. Wow, I didn't realize it was that low. 30%. Okay, so that's really bad. So national unity, you want it to be as high as you can. It's capped at 100. So if you get it to, you know, we have it at 30, which is awful. That means they only have to occupy roughly 30% of our country. That's not really how it works, but like for instance, our capital is worth a lot more, but they have to occupy 30% of our points, our important cities and whatnot, before we actually capitulate and lose. And if we lose, that's fine. We'll take it as a learning experience. So we're going to go ahead and do research. Again, we do have the research modifiers that make it harder to do this. How many research slots do we have? We have 3. That's awful. So when I was playing as Hungary just now, when I was just looking around, Hungary has 3. If Hungary has as much as we do, you're not in a good spot. Do we have tanks? We do have tanks. Actually, we have some decent ones. Oh man, this takes me back. Oh man, this is taking me back to World of Tanks. Look at that. The B1, I know that one. Oh, the ARL-44, that's a really good one. Oh my, I'm such a nerd. Okay. Well, tanks are good. We already have some though. And that's one thing that we actually, that's pretty good. We have some anti-air and artillery. Anti-tank would be really good. Support battalions. There's motorized here. Enables field hospital. Interesting. I don't know what any of this stuff is, but that's okay. So the land doctrine I know is really good. So we have, apparently we already have a doctrine, so you can only choose one. We have grand battle plan. Max entrenchment. Alright, this is really good. I think this is the one I would have picked anyways. I'm glad I found out this way that there is only one that you can take. So, max planning plus 30%, defense, all infantry, and motorized and mech. And organization. Wow, that's really good. 540 days. What is that? That's a year and a half. Wow, that's a long time. I honestly think we do it anyways because it's really, really important in my opinion. Yeah, let's do it. We're going to want to do that anyways. We're going to be one of the first people to get declared on, so... Air doctrine, interesting. Battlefield support. Okay, so interesting. So this is like strategic destruction, I guess, is yeah, this is all like air superiority, making sure they can't bomb you. Battlefield support, I guess, is close air support-ish type things, like, you know, bombing enemy troops while they're engaged. Operational integrity. Okay, so this is like a mixture of both. Okay, that's really cool. Naval doctrine. Let's see. Fleet in being. This is a strong fleet with a lot of battleships. Destroyers, submarines. So it's like a well-rounded fleet. Trade interdiction. Okay, so this is like submarines, hit and run, like light things that are good at raiding trade things, and I guess convoy destroying. Base strike. So that's like destroying bases. Carriers and support. Okay, so that's like Japan and U.S. territory. Very, very interesting. I don't honestly know what we'll do. We probably won't focus on Navy as much in this playthrough. Air will probably be a fairly important thing, I do think, though, because air is pretty big. I don't think we're going to focus on tactical or strategic bombers as much. I think we will focus on fighters. Of course, we actually are almost ahead of time. So, what is this? This is a... What is the difference here? This one has more attack, more agility. This is less agility, less attack. Oh, okay. Oh, it's fighter, naval bomber, close air support. So we'll probably want fighters with a little bit of close air support as well for helping defend within our borders. Definitely want to do this then. I think we definitely want to do this. I think that's going to be important. Oh, but there's so many other important things. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's get that going. Let's look at armor again. So we have this is ahead of time. I don't want to research that. However, this is behind time and is going to be important. It's a heavy tank, and that's really good. I think. I think that's going to be important. The only other thing might be some more infantry stuff. Night vision, seems decent. I'm going to preface this again by saying I don't have a lot of experience in this. And, by the way, this episode is probably going to be a little shorter just so that I can upload it easier today and get it going quicker to get the series going. And we're probably not going to get even started today, but that's okay. We are kind of looking at stuff and learning the game, and hopefully you'll enjoy it with me. So we have 13 consumer good factories, or whatever they're called. We need oil. So why don't we see if we can't go ahead and trade for some oil with, like, the UK. So, like, the UK. The United States has quite a bit. Actually, before we do anything else, let's look at our focus tree, our national focus tree. So this is all the national focuses we can do, and this means, like, all the different kind of, like, decisions we can take. And that's so cool. I really, really like it. There's Navy focus, air focus, defensive focus. We don't actually have, like, a normal military focus. I guess, we only... Okay, so you have aggressive focus and defensive focus. Interesting. So, what do we want to do for this one? Well, I think we're going to be... Oh, wow. Extend the Maginot Line. Wow. That's interesting. Fortification focus. Okay, interesting. I honestly think we might do that. Maybe we'll go that. It doesn't really mean that we can't be aggressive, you know? And that, it just kind of means, oh, well, that is really good, though. And unfortunately, they are going to be... Oh, wow. Available as design company. AMX, which is really good. Okay, interesting. So either way, we would get this, the Army Reform, which is really good. So that should be fine. And that would be... So, okay, interesting. And this is going to be what kind of is going to help us. And the government reform here, this is what is going to kind of determine what we can do. Like, what we can actually do as far as our diplomacy is involved. And our, the overarching strategy. So the government reform, I think, is really good. We probably want to do that one early on. We do have an industry tree, by the way, don't we? Navy, air, aggressive defocus, metropolitan France. I think that's it. And infrastructure, that's pretty good. Add building slots in. Yeah, that's real. Oh, yeah, that's really good. We probably want to do this before the war. So it's 70 days each. That's the base. And that means we could do about 5 a year. So that's really good. So that means we can get going on these pretty quick. Some of them are going to take longer, but most of them are 70 days. Okay, so here's the really, really interesting thing is that as France, we kind of have a very interesting position where we can actually go to join the Axis, and that's hilarious. So it's just kind of weird. We can also go communist, and that's very, 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 very strange. However, I don't know if we want to do that. I think we want to play this one historical and try to just beat the Germans, push them back, and maybe try to take them over. I don't think we want to. We could do that by joining the Comintern and kind of take them from two sides, but I don't want to do that. So since it is historical, they are going to declare war on us probably around the average time that they did historically. So if that's the case, we could do this, and oh, that's so good though. But I don't think we want to do that. Yeah, I don't know. This is basically just like, do you want to go? Oh, interesting. Do you want to go this way, or do you want to go this way? And so I think we want to go historical. So if we do this, we can support the status quo. We get some national unity. Then we can either go with Britain or Little Entente. Go with Britain. Gets event. France wants to join the Allies. Okay, so that's how we join the Allies. Little Entente, gain base national unity plus 5%. That's really good. Set the rule, can create factions. Wow. Interesting. So this is where we could actually create our own version of the Allies, kind of. And then it would create the French Entente Alliance. And that would create an event that would invite Czechoslovakia. Either one of these, then we do strengthen the government, which gives us a lot more national unity. That's really good. We definitely want to do that. Defensive stratagems. That's really good as well. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, and then we can... So Little Entente allows us to invite Yugoslavia. Interesting. That would be a pretty good one to have on our side. Invite Romania as well. So we get kind of like a block of Balkan and Upper Balkan states. Then we could actually guarantee Poland. Interesting. So, and these are mutually exclusive, by the way. So we either join Britain or we go off on our own. Well, I tell you what, I don't think it's that important that we go off on our own. So I think... Well, I don't know. The reason that we might want to is because then we might be able to conquer... We could conquer, all of the Soviets as well on our own. We'll see. But either way, I think we're going to go this way, down that tree. But what do we want to prioritize? That's the thing. We have 5 a year. We have 3 years-ish till the war is going to break out. So, 15. So I think first of all we do this. I think early on it's really important to build up your infrastructure and stuff. But either way, we haven't even unpaused, and I'm already pretty much out of time for this first episode of Hearts of Iron. Let's just go a couple seconds longer. Oh yeah, we were going to trade. So let's trade. The U.S., I think, is fine to trade with. So they are free trade. Okay, so let's see if we can trade with you. So we have more than enough convoys, obviously. We need... Let's get 24. We're going to need more in the future. Well, but we don't... How much oil do we need? We only need 9 right now, so let's do this. Yeah, okay, so that's it. That's really nice. That's so funny. One thing people complain about in EU4 and Hearts of Iron 3 that they did complain about is, just put the sliders where they need to be. Automate that. And they have a button for that now. That's really good. So here's diplomacy. That's really interesting. Oh, so you can organize it by government. Oh, snap. So you have our research going, heavy tanks, fighters, good. Grand battle plan. I think that's all good. So we can look at our construction stuff. Let's look at our construction and production. So we have weapons. We have only 6 military factories. That's awful. That is awful. We have some ships building. We have battleships, destroyers, submarines, better submarines, you know. So like let's cut down on that one, add one to you. Make that a little better. What is this? I can't see because everyone's logging onto my Steam stuff. Light cruisers. Let's go ahead and do some destroyers. Hunt down those U-boats, you know, that's pretty good. Naval dockyards used. Okay. So our production efficiency cap is 30%. Essentially what this means is as you start producing more of stuff, then you actually get more efficient at it, which makes sense. Like, you know, that factories would figure out ways to do things. So yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable. Let's kind of like set these as being the, you know, add in some factories as we get them. I think we want to definitely build some more military factories. It costs how many? It costs what? What are those points? Just I don't understand. I don't know. Either way, okay. You know what? We'll focus on this next episode. Next episode, we'll go ahead and get a little bit more into it and stuff. But either way, thank you guys for watching. Go leave a like and subscribe for more. This is a brand new series, so it would mean a lot to me if you guys gave me some support, gave some loving. You know, whether that be liking or subscribing or sharing. I don't know. It would mean a lot to me. I'm really pumped to play this game. I plan on playing it a lot on stream and for the channel. We're going to be doing multiplayer. Me and Apocalyptic are going to be doing multiplayer in the next week. So be looking out for that. It's going to be fun. We're not going to be on the same team. We're going to be against each other. And that's going to be really interesting. We're both going to be new. And we're both going to be fighting against each other. He might be Germany. Maybe I'll be the Soviets. Either way, we'll see. But thank you guys for watching. Go leave a like and subscribe for more. And I will see you guys in the next episode, the second one, when we will go ahead and get time going probably. So until then, goodbye.